Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee. At the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, mushroom coffee. My homemade mushroom coffee, made in a French press. This is a first. It actually turned out good. The risk of doing something for the first time on video is that it could really suck. Yeah, I like it. Yum. And the rest I just put in my travel mug to drink on the way to work today. How can you take back a little more power today that you've relinquished to other people over the months and over the years? Power, independence, range of motion. How can you do that? Think about it. Or if you know, help other people and give them a suggestion. Answer down below. I was asked, who is your healthcare provider? My answer was, me. I am my own healthcare provider. No one else is responsible for me. How I look now, or how I ever looked, was my responsibility. My lab work, my responsibility. Changing anything that I don't like in my body, the way that I look, my responsibility. Everything, I believe, is the Truman Show. Every news broadcast, every press conference, the staging of characters, genders, races, it's all designed to create a desired effect. That's why I want you to unplug as much as you possibly can, if not 100%, from programming. That's why they call it programming. You are being programmed to do exactly what the programmers want you to do. When you program a computer, you're telling it to do something that you want it to do. Is it finally getting up here? Are you finally getting it? You are being programmed every day with movies, television, radio, commercials, billboards, constantly to be a good little citizen wherever you are. Who are the programmers? Can you see the way that you are being shifted and moved and molded? You're being squeezed into a mold, whether you know it or not. All along the watchtower, princes kept their view, while all the women came and went, barefoot servants too. Outside in the cold distance, a wild cat did growl. 2 riders were approaching, and the wind began to howl. Sung by Jimi Hendrix in 1968, written by Bob Dylan. But I don't want to hear Bob Dylan sing that. Could it be that the real purpose of your current employment situation is to show you that you need to be self-employed? Let me say that again. Could it be that the real purpose of your current employment situation is to show you that you need to be self-employed? It's called constructive discontent. There's just enough hassle to make you want to move and do something about it and get traction. That job you hate right now could be a blessing in disguise. Pets are cool. You get loving and laughs every morning, no questions asked. Anyone who has a cat or a dog or any other kind of domesticated or even non-domesticated animals will understand that. Leviticus 19:32 says, "You shall stand up before the gray head and honor the face of an old man." Ah, but working too smart can give you a heart attack, said no man ever. Contrary to popular belief, saying good luck to an actor doesn't jinx their career nearly as much as saying, woo-hoo, you go, girl. I just got done eating Chinese food. There's 2 fortune cookies. One says, you will make a new friend. The other says, beware of a new person that will walk into your life. I'm really confused now. Other than red pill dudes, the dread pill dudes, and feminists, who do you think is the most easily triggered on social media? Please put your answers down below. I'd love to hear that. Who is the most easily triggered? Gentlemen, let her comfort you after battle. That's always the best. How do I know that most men are suckers? As my ex-wife used to say, men are so easy. She used to say that men are so easy. And coming from a very pretty girl with a nice figure who pretty much had men following her trail of crumbs most of her life, I understand that. I see what she means. How do I know that most men are easy and most men are suckers? My trade, I have a trade and I have a profession. My trade is cutting hair. However, put a woman behind a barber chair, regardless of her skills. Gotta have cleavage, makeup, hair done, laugh at everything the man says, act just a little bit interested, and at least let that man think that he might have a little bit of a chance with you. Give him a cold beer, run a number 2 blade up his head quickly, scissor cut the top, mess it up a little bit with pomade or paste, smile, rebook him for 3 to 4 weeks later. Entire barber shop models have been built upon this method of operation, capitalizing on men thinking with this head and not this head. It's got nothing to do with cutting hair. Men are easy. People only drop out of presidential races because somebody found something out that would eventually hit the news. It has nothing to do with their numbers in the polls. Shit is about to hit the fan right before or right at the moment that someone drops out of a presidential race. They just found out that something is going to happen. Don't doubt me on that. Everybody, I don't care who you are, has skeletons in your closet. Every single person. There may be a relationship between using popular herbicides and prostate cancer. Do you use it and then walk around your yard in bare feet? Look it up and stop using that weed killer. It's not just a weed killer. It kills anything that grows. Stop using that. Stop it. Stop it. Some of you don't like your job. Some of you don't like your living situation. Some of you don't like the relationship you're in. But here's the crazy part. You have the power and ability to change all of those things. Don't let time fly by. I will let you off the hook now. Let's say till December 31st. Because you need to start your changing starting January 1st. I'll let it go. You're off the hook for a couple weeks. 2020 is the year that you get unstuck. And I'm not kidding you. Look at me when I'm talking to you. 2020 is the year you get unstuck. Ladies, the 22 convention is for you. Tickets will be available for it real soon. I will give you a link. The lineup is an all-male cast of content creators speaking to you over a period of 2 or 3 days. Make it a vacation in Orlando. It's coming up at the end of March, early April. It's called the 22 Convention for Women. At the same time, there's going to be the Patriarch Convention for men who are fathers and want to be fathers. What's interesting is that during these events, I know how people are. I think women will meet men at these events. The organization that I am speaking for in a few months is actually doing this, and they are literally at the same time. The 22 convention for women and the Patriarch convention for men. Ladies, the tickets will be available soon. I will be one of the speakers, and I'll get a chance to meet you, and it will be my honor to do that in Orlando. No man wants a woman who has an abundance of male friends or clients. And of course, some white knight or feminist is going to say this is because the man is insecure. No, it's not because you know women, it's because you know men. I know a gal goes on a date with a friend of mine. Never forget this as long as I live. And he thought he was being really cool by holding back his romantic intentions. At the end of the night, a bunch of us are with him. I'm trying to not give any names or situations here. And a bunch of us guys say to him, "How'd it go?" And he says, "I took her out to dinner. We went to a movie. We took a walk after. It was a nice time." He goes, "And I didn't even kiss her," thinking that if he held back, he would be considered a gentleman. Well, I happen to know the gal and a bunch of her friends who gathered around her at the end of the night. And the girls said to her, "So how'd it go? How'd the date go?" She says, "We went to dinner, we went to a movie, we took a walk, and that fool didn't even kiss me." Now, obviously, they weren't on the same page. She was looking for the kiss. He was holding back the kiss, thinking that he would be respected more rather than going for it. What do you think? Put your answer down below. Go for the kiss, guys. Go for it. If she turns her head, then she turns her head. Simple as that. Finish your coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show, the home of sanity, clarity, and reason.